Hey guys, today I'm going to show you exactly how, for free, you can build your audience of first 1,000 real fans who care about your music and will buy tickets to your shows and support your music and so on and so forth. This is the exact strategy that I used to go from 400 followers during the pandemic to about 4,000 within 3 months using this exact blueprint. It will work for any genre. It will work for any industry, also not even just limited to the music industry, by the way, but this works super well in music. And also, it's totally free. You don't have to spend a dime to do this, and you don't have to make content and dance like an absolute dickhead on TikTok. You don't have to dance like an idiot on TikTok. You can just get straight to the point. So look, let's just dive straight into it. This is how you do it. This strategy that I'm going to show you is something that I have used personally myself. It's something that I teach many other people to do as well, and they are getting really, really good results. This truly does work. It will work on any platform, any social media app, and anything. It is so important, and it is based upon fundamental marketing principles that you can apply to literally any other industry and business. So this stuff really works, but it works especially well in the music industry with a couple tweaks. So we're going to discuss how you can get your first 1,000 fans or followers or whatever you want to call it on social media. We're going to focus today on Instagram because I think that's probably one of the most important ones to go for. But you could do this on Facebook, TikTok, or literally any other platform you want, even like SoundCloud, to be fair. So let's dive straight into it, shall we? So no matter where you are starting from, it's very important to understand that you need to be finding the right people. Not necessarily everybody is going to like your music. So the phrase, "don't sell ice to an Eskimo," is so important. Now, when I started out doing this, I just assumed that everybody would love my music, and if they didn't, then they were an idiot. But the fact of the matter is that, people like what they like, and yes, you could convert them over longer periods of time, but it's so important to not waste your time trying to get someone to like something which they're never going to like. Like, if, for example, if you make hard techno and you're trying to tell someone that only likes hip-hop how amazing hard techno is, you're totally just wasting your breath. Don't sell ice to an Eskimo. And a lot of people also do it in the wrong way. So let's just say you are a hard techno producer or DJ and you wanted to grow your fan base. Well, if you talk to people that like hard techno, then it's going to be so easy to convert them because they like that kind of music. So rather than selling to someone that you don't know might like your music or definitely doesn't, then talk to the right people. So we need to have a way of finding these people who love it. And so it will be way easier for them to be like, yeah, this is cool, as opposed to someone that's like, it's not for me, right? So rather than pitching to the Eskimos, we're pitching to the people that love it down here. Let's pretend this is your dream fans all congregated here. We need to talk to these people. So this is an analogy that I use to explain this. So let's talk about cookies. Now, here's a lady in her cookie bakery shop, which seems to sell lots of lovely, tasty treats. But let's pretend she's only selling cookies. You are in this position here. You are about to open a brand new shop that sells cookies. However, you don't have any customers. You have no network, nowhere to start. However, there are two very, very popular and reputable cookie shops just down the road from you who have thousands of people queuing every day for fresh, amazing cookies round the block, literally every single day. People go to these shops religiously and love the cookies. Now, let's also say that your cookies are just as good, if not better, than both of these shops. Who do you think the best people to speak to about your cookie shop are? Now, this isn't a trick question. It's actually pretty obvious, right? You want to be talking to the people in the queue at that cookie shop because you know they like cookies. They love cookies. And if they love these cookies from these two shops and your cookies are just as good, if not better, then it's pretty much a given that they're going to like your cookies as well. So these are the right people to talk to. Now, obviously, most people in the world like cookies. I mean, if you don't, then there's probably something wrong with you. No offense if you're one of those people, but it's a very universal thing that people love. But the same can be said for music as well. So think about this. Like, with your music, where are the people that like this style of music? Say you're a drum and bass producer or a techno producer. Where do drum and bass fans hang out? Where do techno fans hang out? Do they go to certain clubs? Do they go see certain acts? Do they hang out at certain bars? Do they go to certain shops? Do they congregate in hipster coffee shops or whatever it might be? Where do these people hang out? Do they hang out on online as well in like communities? Do they chill in Discord servers? Whatever. Like, all of these places are places that you need to think about and go so that you can talk to, figuratively, the people in the cookie shop line to sell them your cookies, your music. Now, it's actually a lot easier than you think to do this. It's pretty straightforward, and this is probably going to be like quite eye-opening for you guys, but it is the exact same process in music. But you've got to think to yourself, who do you honestly sound like? Now, it's got to be pretty accurate, like you've got to be somewhat self-aware, but if you don't honestly know who your music sounds like, you can send to some trusted friends who know about this, know about the music, and be like, hey, who do you think I sound like? Like, what labels do I sound like? What artists might I sound like? It doesn't have to be 100% right on, because in theory, everybody should have their own sound. But you can like have elements of other producers in your mix that you're influenced by. For example, for me, I would say I sound quite like Yotto. I sound quite like Stefan Jolk. I sound quite like Ben Bomer, for example. So, with that in mind, we could go after people that like Yotto, people that like Stefan Jolk, people that like Ben Bomer, right? Right? So the way we would do this is, let's just go to Yotto's Instagram here. Now, there are 3 possible pools of people we could target that like Yotto. The first being his followers. So you can go here and you can find all of these people that like Yotto. However, the issue with going here is you don't know how engaged somebody is with Yotto. And, you know, people follow random accounts all the time. Maybe it was a misclick. Maybe they're a fake profile. Maybe they're one of those annoying digital marketers that's just trying to tell you how to grow on SoundCloud or whatever, or asking you for money, or maybe they're a weird sex bot or whatever it might be. But, you know, if you like look at some of these profiles, like, you know, this person's got 4 posts, they actually might be real. This person's, you know, 0 posts, maybe they're real. But generally a sign you can tell is if someone has, you know, 0 posts, bit of a red flag. If they're following about 2 accounts, like this person here, look at this, 0 posts, 0 followers, following 155 people, no profile picture, no chance this person is real. Or another red flag is if they have like loads of numbers in their name or something, like this person. Look at that, that's terrible. 144 followers, following almost 5,000 people, 0 posts. Not a real person. So something to bear in mind is you don't really know if they're real or not. To check if someone is real, you know, look at the kind of ratio between their posts to followers to following. This person's probably real. They're following a lot of people, but they've got, you know, 10k followers. This person here, probably also real. They've got quite a fair few posts. They've got a story, etc. But you're looking for people that aren't following like an excessive amount of people, but have like a reasonable number of followers as well. So you could try this. Like this person here, they look real. Like that's a decent ratio. So yeah, just something to bear in mind. Some accounts are going to be private. Some accounts are going to be public. That's pool number one. Pool number two is, let's just go to this because it's not going to play some music. You can look at the people that have liked it. So here you go. These are like all people that have liked it. Here are some of my friends and people that I've used through this method, by the way. And all these people here, like this person, they look real. This person, they look real, etc. and so on and so forth. But again, the same kind of problems are true for the followers as they are for likers. Like they might not necessarily follow Yotto. They might not even really know who he is. This post might have just randomly come up in the algorithm. We don't know that. But they are showing an extra level of engagement to Yotto because they've taken the time to like the photo. This person here, like, look at that. That's terrible stats. Not someone we want to be engaging with. This person here, suspicious. And you also get the same things where you get, like, people just trying to promote their own shit. People trying to sell you something. Fake accounts like this person here. Or just inactive accounts. Then you get actually real people as well. So that's pool number two you could target. Pool number three. Pretty obvious, I should hope. The people that are commenting. Now, these people are the most engaged people because usually people that comment are the people that really, really freaking love this artist or person or whatever. There are exceptions where it's just people like commenting random spammy shit. But like, look at all these comments here. Like, these are all pretty genuine. Like, if you like this person drinking some Pulp Fiction, I see. This person is probably a super fan. This person here, umbrella assistant. Like, look, they've commented specifically on this photo. They're real for sure. This person here came all the way from Turkey. Like, Turkey? I don't know. I don't know what he means. But, like, this person has traveled to come see Yotto in London. This is someone that is a super engaged fan. Best party room ever. Blah-de-blah-de-blah. Like, all these people. People asking on the last slide, what's the ID? These are all real people. Dude, you smashed it. Real person. Super fan. These are all his super fans, right? So these are the kind of people you want to be chatting with and engaging with because they're clearly showing substantial interest in him. These are all legit and, yeah, they love Yotto. And you can do this on many other posts as well. Like, let's just look at here. You'll notice that probably similar people are commenting here. Like, some of these are, like, big artists. Yes, absolutely. Like, Lutrell as well. Might not work, but you're looking for just like the real normal people, the fans, the people that you know, are end users of the music, so to speak, or potentially other small artists that you could that you could you could collaborate with, not necessarily like huge names. That's Yotto. We could do this for someone like Stefan Jolk. Boom. Oh, look, there's my name, playing in Amsterdam. For example, here, like, it's getting hundreds of comments here. Like, he's got pretty ridiculous following. But let's look at this one. 356 comments. Here, like, ID of the fourth track. Real person. This person here, what's the track? You played the best music ever. These are the kind of people we want to be talking to because they are absolutely loving his tunes, and if we sound similar to Stefan Jolk or Yotto or whoever it might be, you can do this with literally anyone. Like, let's look at Ben Boma. The principle is going to remain the same. Big Benny boy. Can't even spell. Let's get him up. Here, like, he's got a ridiculous following. Like, 1,000 comments. These are 1,000 people we could potentially chat with. You just go through all these comments, like, look at all these people commenting. They're absolutely loving it. Some of these people are probably a little bit too big, but you're looking for people with, like, less than 2,000 followers, ideally. Like, look, this person potentially, one of the best nights ever. We could chat with this person, etc. Now, this part is kind of critical because now we know where to find these people and what they're about, like the real engaged fans. So it's very easy to find the right people for us. And the more engaged they are, shows that they are willing to engage with musical artists and become fans. There's going to be some people that are just kind of like casual listeners. There's going to be some people that are fans who are like, you know, going to shows, like commenting and sharing stuff. There's going to be super fans who are the people that are literally commenting on every single post, be like, oh my God, when are you coming to my country? Or like, I'm going to travel from, let's say Germany to, Egypt to come see you play, and I've seen you play 1,000,000 times already, because they're super fans. Those are the kind of people you want to be chatting to the most, because there's not that many of them. But if they're a super fan of, let's say, Yotto or Ben Böhmer, and you make very similar music to them, they could become a super fan of you and do all of these things, like travel to your shows, support your music, share it with all of their friends. These kind of people are like your best asset ever. Don't think about necessarily the quantity of people. It's more about the quality, so to speak. If you can get, let's say, even 5 of those kinds of people that are willing to travel for your shows, share all your music, tell all their friends about you, that they're going to grow that number for you, right? It is so good getting these kind of people on board, because they're your best marketing asset. You could get thousands of casual listeners, sure, but if you can get 1,000 true fans, 1,000 super fans, you will conquer the world, literally, because they're going to come to all your shows, tell all of their friends to come to your shows, share all of your music, send it to all of their friends, and they do all the work for you. But you need to have a process in place from taking someone from being a potential listener that might like your music to hopefully a super fan, because not everybody is going to get all the way to super fan. You have to be a certain kind of person. I would say a little bit insane, to be perfectly honest with you, to get to that level. But you need to have a process in place from taking someone that has no idea who you are but might like you, to listening to your music for the first time, to really enjoying it and like engaging with you more, to then eventually hopefully become somewhere along the way, if not all the way, to crazy diehard super fan who has posters of you in their living room, tattoos of you, and probably names their firstborn child after your artist name. This kind of stuff does happen. I have a fair few super fans, I will say. Like, these people are commenting on every single one of my posts, sharing loads of random posts from me from like 6 months ago. They're DMing me all the time, being like, yo, Marksman, what's up? Telling me the stuff that's going on with their lives, etc. Blah, blah, blah. Sharing my music with my friends, telling me that I should collaborate with like artists way bigger than me, and like tagging me on other artists' profiles and stuff, being like, you gotta check this guy out and stuff. This is crazy. I'm not telling them to do anything. They're just doing it all themselves. And that's getting my name out there, which is great. So you need to find people like this. So, before we even do any of this, right, it is so important that you look the part. Because let's use this guy here as an example. Let's say he's a lawyer. Let's say he's your lawyer. Now, you've just been charged with the heinous crime of downloading music illegally off SoundCloud rather than buying it on Beatport. And you're facing some seriously hard time in Guantanamo Bay, and it's looking pretty bleak for you. However, this geezer shows up and goes, hey, Marksman, I got you. We're all good. I found a loophole in the case, and we're going to get you off. You're not going to Guantanamo Bay. It's all good. You'd probably be like, fuck yes, let's go. This guy's got his suit on and everything. Look at his leather mahogany books in the background, and his freaking little notepad there. Like, this guy's legit. I'm sorted. And I've got nothing to worry about. All good. So because of the way this guy looks, it doesn't really matter about his competency, so to speak. Like, we're assuming he's a great lawyer regardless. But, like, he looks the part. That's the important thing. And it's so important for you to also look the part if you're going to be doing any of this beforehand. But let's contrast that with another example. Let's say this guy shows up to be your lawyer. Same crime, same situation. It's Takeshi 69. And he shows up like this, says the exact same thing to you, says, hey, marksman, don't worry, it's all good. We found a loophole. You're not going to Guantanamo Bay, etc., whatever. You're probably going to think, holy shit, I'm going to jail. This is the end. I'm fucked. And let's just say, for example, that Takeshi69 was just as good of a lawyer as this guy. You'd be like, fuck no, I'm calling someone else, and wouldn't trust this guy with your life, would you? Looks are so important. Now, obviously, if we were comparing them to ridiculous gangster rap, this guy looks the part. This guy does not look like a ridiculous gangster rapper. He looks like a boring professional businessman. But the context is important. So looks are super critical. And basically what I mean by this is your profile has to look legit. Because if it doesn't, you're not going to get results. Now, I'm just showing you my Instagram here because this is an example of something that is legit. You can use this to model, but we can go through some other examples as well. But basically, like, look, I've got a professional sounding handle. My username tells you exactly who I am. I'm like marksman, producer, DJ, label boss, and coach. Tells you a little bit about me. Melodic house and techno, and a session drummer. Founder of Elevation, music shows and playlists down here. I have a high resolution professional press picture taken, which basically shows that literally anyone that comes on my profile is going to see this and be like, okay, this is legit. I've got all of these highlights here where you can go and see some of the stuff I've done. So anybody that sees my profile is going to be like, this person is who they say they are legit. And if you look at my post as well, like they're pretty much all about music as well, like music. Pretty much everything is music related. Like as we're scrolling down, I think the only thing which isn't is my random trip to Fuerteventura here where we went surfing, but literally everything else is music related. It's very clear that I am a professional, I am a musician, and I should be taken seriously. Let's look at Stefan Jolk, for example. Like, again, like videos of him playing, like all music related, like playing, literally playing for days. Like quite clear he's a professional, and he's got all of these same things here, like the highlights of him playing, high resolution press pick. Ben Bomer, for example. Again, all of the same stuff. Berlin-based producer live at, high resolution press call, stuff that he's promoting. All music-related stuff. Like, here's him looking introspective and working on some stuff. Notice there are no random pictures of, like, him, his, like, dog, or his, like, random holiday shot or whatever. Like, it's all music-related. Like, yes, this... Like, even this, he's promoting his merch. What's this? This is, like... Oh, he's, like... Look, even it's still music-related there. He's at a show. Mostly music-related stuff. Like, occasionally you can post stuff from your personal life, but it's pretty much all to do with music, right? So contrast this with another example I'm going to show you here. This person. Now, this person is quite clearly fake. We'll come back to him in a second, but look at this. Like, he's got 106k followers, but what the fuck is this? Like, he's posting just random shit. Like, clearly not a musician, okay? So this person is not to be taken seriously. So priming your profile is so important. You can use mine as a template. Like these guys like Stefan Jolk and Ben Bomer, they're such big names anyway. They don't necessarily need to tell people who they are because they're already big. But for me, who I'm up on the rise, and you guys, doesn't matter where you're starting. If you have literally 5 followers or 500 followers, you need to look the part, because this will not work if you don't. So prime your profile, get your link tree ready, get all these highlights. If you don't have highlights, that's totally fine, but it's good to have stuff. And like, these are all with my branding images. Like if you look at our Elevation London account as well, like these are all like super branded, tells you exactly what we are, what we're about, all music related stuff, like promoting merch, all very, very pristine, right? Again, you can use our profile as a model, but bear in mind this is from a record label and events perspective. But use this. Now, in order to get some professional quality photos done, you can number one, go to a professional photo studio. That's going to cost you a bit of money, but you will not regret it. But I would recommend taking multiple different outfits, because regardless of whether you do this with a pro or not, you can get in one photo shoot, you can get like 20 or 30 photos that you can use continuously throughout your career for many years. So it is very well worth doing that. But if you only have the same outfit and you're wearing the same hairstyle and same glasses or whatever, people are going to be like, that's just the same photo shoot. So if you have multiple different shots, different outfits, etc., you can keep the perception that this is a new photo shoot every time, and just choose your favorite ones. Now, if you are on a bit of a budget, honestly, the iPhone camera, any of the ones here which have 2 or more of the cameras, make pretty amazing photos, particularly in the dark as well, actually. So if you've got a friend with one of those cameras, you can ask them to take some photos for you. Or even better, if you have a friend who has a aptitude for photography and likes photography and maybe actually is a professional photographer, but they're a close friend, but just basically someone with a DSLR camera that you know, and I guarantee you there will be at least 2 or 3 people that you could ask that, whether or not they're a good friend, like more of a like lesser friend, or just an acquaintance, you can ask them. And the way you ask it is be like, hey, whatever your name is, like, I've been really loving your photography for some time, and you ask them like this. You say, hey, person's name, what's up? I see you're really good with a camera and really liking the shots you take. I've got a bit of a question to ask you, if you don't mind. I'm looking to get some photos done for my my music profile, so I can like level up and look a bit more serious. And I'd really love it if you'd be able to like do some of your photography skills, if you want to practice out on me or something. And you can ask them in that way. And you don't necessarily have to pay them, particularly if they're a good friend, but you could say something like, look, like, I'm happy to take you out for dinner, or like go for a few beers with you. It's on me. And that's going to be a fraction of the cost of hiring a professional. And some of them might just do it because they love photography. And, my girlfriend, my ex-girlfriend, she had DSLR camera, and all of my press shots before this professional photo shoot were taken by her, and they all looked really good. And she didn't charge me, other than, I guess I had to, spend quality time with her and make dinner for her and etc., which I love doing anyway. But like, that was great. This was my girlfriend. A great setup, so to speak. Our relationship was more than just taking photos. But my point being is, there's going to be someone close to you, or that you know probably fairly well, that has, if not a very good camera, at least an iPhone camera that you can use to take photos. And honestly, this makes a whole wealth of difference than someone that doesn't have the like pro press pictures. Because as I said, looks can be very deceiving. Do you want to look like this guy in terms of your music career, or look like this guy? You want to look professional, right? So once you look professional, you can start engaging with these people. So let's maybe go back to Yotto here. And this is how you start the conversations, right? So you go, let's just find a one where he's got a few more comments to choose from. This person here, this was so awesome. You could go for this person. I'm just going to open up a few examples. Millie, she's one of my super fans. You could use her. You could go, you can do private accounts. I'll have a little mention about that in a second. This girl, Carmen Louise. Let's just open up a few profile examples, ideally a few with, which aren't private. Let's find a couple more examples. Here we go. Okay. So this person here, basically what you're wanting to do, this is basically like how to human 101. It's kind of obvious stuff, but people don't do it. Most people are just going to be like, hey, I've got a new song out, go listen to it. And are they going to listen to it? Fuck no. This person here, clearly they like dogs. Now, I myself really love dogs as well. So something you could do is comment on, oh, well, maybe not this one actually, because it's clearly this is a lost dog. So maybe not. But you could comment on this one, for example, and be like, hey, mate, this is like, what a beautiful dog. I love huskies as well. What's his name, or what's his or her name? Notice it didn't say anything about music. It's genuine comment to this person about something that they're interested in. And then they're going to respond to you in a way that's positive, probably. But notice didn't say anything about music. Now, they could well follow you back immediately, but at least they're going to acknowledge your comment and respond back, because everybody reads their comments, even the big people. For example, Millie here, like, she going to all sorts of venues and shit. You could be like, wow, this looks like a sick show. Like, what was the highlight, or something like that? Would you, like, where was this? Just something genuine. Like, it has to be genuine. It can't be like just some fake bullshit, like fire emojis or whatever. Like this chick here, like, let's find something that we could, basically, another rule of thumb is don't really go any further down the first 6 or at a push 9 squares. Because if you're finding something to comment on from like 2 years ago, it's mega creepy, particularly on female profiles. What can you say? I mean, I don't know, you could be like, the Lancaster Hotel, oh, I've been there in Amsterdam, it's so great. Did you try this place or whatever? Like, whatever it might be. Now, especially if you're talking to members of the opposite sex, you have to not be creepy in any way, because, you know, they're just not going to respond. But make it friendly and genuine and not, like, hitting on them, basically. I hope I'm not a dating coach by any means, but, like, you know, it's kind of important. Like this person here, what could we say? Like, I think they're doing shots or something. You could be like, oh, I have the same reaction with shots too, or whatever. Just make something funny, or like whatever it might be. You'll find people that'll be more obvious with others. Like this person clearly freaking loves cats. You could be like, oh, this is cute. What's his name? You know, it's the same kind of stuff. Like musicians as well are a really easy one. Or like low-level DJs, or producers. Like, I'm trying to find someone that could work here. Just bear with me. Here we go. We got a DJ. So this geezer here, he's playing some DJ stuff. You can be like, oh, sick, this is awesome. Really love both of these tracks. Like, how long you been DJing for? Something like that. Make it about them. The important part is to make it about them, not about you. You have not said anything about you yet. And you'll get people follow you back. You'll get them not, because if they see your comment, they're going to be like, who is this person commenting on me? And the first thing they're going to do probably is check out your profile. And this person actually does follow me, believe it or not. And they'll be like, oh, I'm going to check it out. Do they look like a musician? Do they look professional? Are they who they say they are? But if you're just some strange person that's posting pictures of their cat, pictures of their food, just like random memes and shit, they're like, no, who the fuck's that? And not respond to you. So this is why looking professional is so, so important. And particularly as we mentioned with people of the opposite sex as well, if you're just clearly a like a musician that's a professional, it's clear that they're not like getting creeped out. So kind of important if you're going after the female audience as well, or male audience if you're a female watching this. But then again, I don't really think any men get creeped out by girls commenting. You have to do a lot. Anyway, not getting into any of that shit. But yeah, that's the point. Now, on the topic of private profiles as well, this can be like quite an interesting thing you can do. So this chick here, let's just use her for example. You can, without music, life would be a mistake. Clearly a big music fan. It's in a freaking status or bio, whatever you want to call it. So with private accounts, even, I can't even speak today, you have to press follow. And it doesn't count as a follow for you. But what's interesting about this is the person has to then approve your follow request. So because of that, they're going to be like, who is this person following me? So they'll check out your profile and be like, oh, right, cool, they're a musician too. They'll check out some of your posts and be like, oh, this guy's actually pretty good. I'll follow them. And then boom, you're straight in the door there. And you can get tons of followers this way. And yeah, it's like pretty straightforward to do. There you go. Look, I've pressed follow. It says requested. So this chick is going to see like a follow request from me and be like, who is that? And they'll be like, oh, it's Marksman. She'll come and check out my profile, be like, oh, wow, cool. And I've made it clearly obvious, like what I'm about, like the pinned things at the top. It's like my latest release. I'm a coach as well. I'm playing in clubs. So they like know like, oh, sick. So the way you pin posts at the top is super important. There was someone who did this really well. I can't remember what she was called. I think it was Lila or Leah. This girl here, she did this really well. She had a pinned post. Was it this one? I think she's gotten rid of it. But she had at the top of her profile, she had like a pinned video being like, hey, it's like a professional looking video. It's like, hey, my name's Lila. I'm a producer. I make this style of music. My latest song is out right now. And someone seeing that for the first time is going to be like, oh shit, yeah, this person, like, this is cool. They look legit. So yeah, something to bear in mind. Very easily done. And you can use this method to start having like genuine conversations with people. Now, the reason why, you might be thinking this is pretty manual, but like, it is, but it works. It's a grassroots strategy. And by talking to these people as a human and being not just spamming people, they were going to be able to relate to you a lot more. And this is how it starts. It starts off small. You have to do it at like the slow manual scale. But by the way, this is all totally free as well. So you can chat to people like every day and do this, like just take like 5 or 10 minutes every day. Like I used to do it when I was on the toilet. Kind of grim, but like, rather than scrolling endlessly, you can use rather than doom scrolling endlessly and wasting your time, you could use Instagram or Facebook or TikTok or whatever as a tool and actually start growing your career, which is quite important. Now, worth noting, I did this. I started doing this in 2020. I had about 400 followers, all of which were just my friends and random people that I've met like along the way from university, working in jobs and stuff that didn't give a shit about my music. But I started doing this in 2020 during the pandemic, and I went from 500 to 3,000 followers in about 3 months' time just from doing this, like doing a little bit every day and talking to people. So it works so well. Now, speaking of talking to people, once they've given you some sort of interaction back, maybe they followed you, maybe they've commented, responded to your comment, or liked a few of your photos, that's basically a green light to then escalate the relationship with them, so to speak. You're not dating them, but like escalate it to the next level and send them a DM. So I've tested a few opening messages. Now, this really does depend on your style of communication, but there's a really cool feature in Mac and probably also in Windows and Android phones as well called text replacement. So if I type new F1, there you go. New F2, which is new follower. New F3, new F4, new F5. There you go. So these are all things that I've tested. I think that maybe there's a new F6 as well. No, there's not a new F6. But these are 5 messages that I've tested. And the reason why this works really well is twofold. Number one is because, they've already responded to you and you know that they like this kind of music. So say, for example, the one that I found worked the best for like just casual fans was this one right here. Hey, what's up? I heard you might like melodic techno. Would you like to hear an unreleased track? Now, this only works once they've liked one of your photos back or responded to your comment or followed you back. But this, like, it works so well because, number one, you know they like melodic techno, so you're like, I heard you might like melodic techno. They're like, really? How? Who told you? But they're excited about that. And number two, would you like to hear an unreleased track? You are bringing them into a perceived inner circle. They're like, oh my God, Marksman trusts me with an unreleased track. This is sick. So that you're bringing them into the inner circle. even though you might be doing this with 50, 100, 1,000 other people. But they don't know that, which is really cool. So you're automatically taking them from being somebody that didn't know you to somebody that is like trusting you with something, and they're already along this journey from someone that doesn't know you to somebody that's potentially going to love your music, but they're also at a higher level than just a random person that found you on Instagram. Right? Makes sense. You can like test out what works for you in the kind of style that works, but I recommend testing it. Now, this one, I've literally I've sent probably 5,000 of these messages, and only one person ever said no. And I was like, what the fuck, really? Okay. But pretty much everybody else was like, yeah, fuck yeah, let's go. And then you send them that unreleased track. It doesn't necessarily have to be an unreleased track. If you're just a DJ, you could send them a new DJ mix that you've just recorded, or just something that they would enjoy. So if they are a fan of melodic techno, send them a melodic techno track or a melodic techno mix. Just something that's easy that they can listen to and get to know you and blah, 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 blah. And they pretty much always will listen to it. I can guarantee. Some people might forget, but that's okay. But either way, you've got a follower. And escalated that relationship. Now, most people will listen to it and be like, wow, that was fucking sick. I loved it. Particularly if, like, as I said, you sound like Yotto and you found them from Yotto, so you've sent them a song which is influenced by him or sounds similar to him, they're probably going to freaking love it, aren't they? It makes so much sense. So then they're going to respond back, just have like a little chat with them, be like, oh, awesome, glad you like it, thanks so much, hoping to release this one soon, like, where are you from, by the way? Hoping to get out and do some shows international, or just something, just chat with them, or like whatever, or like, who's your favorite artist at the moment, or blah, blah, blah. Just have these little chats with them and make them feel special. Again, just spend like 5 to 10 minutes doing this every day. And it's really, 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 really important to actually do this, because you need to know what fans of your style actually, like, what they behave like, how they speak, what's important to them, what they do, like what they do for fun. Because if you know what they're like, you will firstly be able to predict the conversations before they even happen. And you can use this text expander function, which is just in the settings of Mac, by the way. You can just go to search text replacement and have all these little codes. Like, for example, if someone wants to book a call with me, I can send them my link right there by just saying cont C1, etc. And so on and so forth. But I have all these little shortcuts, because when you're doing this, it takes time to respond to people, but you can just do it straight away with these little codes. Boom, just change the name. Hey, Marksman, what's up? This one I send to people who are musicians, by the way. But yeah, you kind of get the idea. But yeah, it's important so you can be able to understand your ideal fan's persona, so that all of your content, all of your messaging can be tailored towards them, to what they like, how to communicate with them in a way that they resonates more to them. It's so important, because once you start doing this at scale, where you're having many to one interactions through, let's say, email marketing, you need to know how to talk to your fans and what triggers them and what they love and etc. So by actually doing this yourself with the experimentation, you're going to learn some very important skills, which are going to be paying off massively down the line. But also, like, it's actually really fun and super nice to hear people actually loving your music when, you might be trying to promote your music the wrong way. So speaking of promoting music the wrong way, let me show you some shit which absolutely never works ever. And if you have ever done this and are continuing to do this, please stop right now. Number 1. This guy right here, I've censored these so you don't have to, see these people. And I really shouldn't. These people should be named and shamed. But anyway, this person has just put a link to their SoundCloud and tagged me and 99 other people with no context. I've literally never spoken to this person ever before. And, look how well this has performed. 4 people liked it, 2 people commented, and I unfriended this guy and fuck this guy, because basically what he's doing here is, like, I've never spoken to him, he's never introduced himself to me, he's never spoken to me, has just kicked in my front door while I'm sat having a lovely cup of tea with my girlfriend, and screamed in my face, "Hey, listen to my mix, it's fucking amazing, stop everything you're doing." And do you think I'm going to click that link? Fucking no way. Fuck this guy, fuck everything he stands for, and unfriend him. This shit doesn't work. It pisses people. Like, you can see my reaction. I was like, I'm kind of over exaggerating a bit, but like, I'm annoyed when I see these posts. So like, I'm not gonna listen to this. I'm not gonna give this person the time of my day. Plus, like, you know, at least say hello first before you try and spam me with shit. Jesus Christ, fuck this guy. If you keep doing shit like this, it's not gonna work. People are gonna unfriend you, like I have, and it's just annoying. You don't want to annoy people that are your potential fans. Absolutely not. Number 2. This guy here, again, tagged not as many people, but he tagged me into how blown away he is by his position in the Beatport chart for a track that A, I've never heard, B, I didn't work on, nor collaborated with, or C, give a flying fuck about. So why do you think I care about, why have you tagged me in this? I've never spoken to you. I don't care about your track. Like, I've never heard of your music before. So why are you tagging me, a completely random person that you're connected with on? Fuck right off. Not going to check your music out. Unfriend. So don't do shit like this. Now, this one is actually one of my friends. They are a very nice person, but they're doing this the wrong way. Now, they've gone and tagged almost 100 other people, but they've actually told a little bit of a story about this mix before and the event and blah-de-blah-de-blah and how awesome it was. But also, I wasn't at the event. I'm freaking busy right now. I don't have time to listen to a mix. Why are you tagging me in this? Like, we haven't spoken in like months. Like, what the fuck? I'm not going to listen to it. So yeah, to fucking stop it. I didn't unfriend them because they are actually really nice and I think they're just doing this the wrong way. But this shit doesn't work. It absolutely doesn't work. It pisses people off. And even if you're friends with them, like, I'm not going to listen. And yeah, no, fuck right off. Now let's talk about some really dumb shit. So these are real messages from our Elevation account. We get like multiple messages all the time. By the way, this is just to prove the kind of people that you're competing against who are not getting results. They're still doing the same shit and nobody's taking them seriously. But we get these kind of messages all the time. Worth noting, never spoken to any of these people before. This is our first interaction. This guy's asking, do you need a DJ? And this does not warrant a response ever. But, you know, I like to think of myself as quite a nice person in general and, you know, give people the benefit of the doubt. So I just told this guy straight up, not right now. So then gives me his phone number, sends me his Mixcloud link. Here you can find my music. I'm like, I just said no. And then he gives me a best of the 70s mix a few days later and tells me to check it out. Now, it's worth noting, Elevation London is a melodic and progressive house and techno party and record label. We do not play 70s music. So this fucking dipshit has done no research into us, is clearly sending this to pretty much every single person on planet Earth and hoping for the best. And maybe he will get booked once or twice by someone that was, I don't know, drunk at the time and just wasn't thinking it through, but probably not. I bet this person still hasn't played a show yet because they're just a moron, done no due diligence even, and fuck this guy, basically. So yeah, doesn't work. Now this guy as well, never spoken to them before, just straight up sending me 2 tracks that they want me to support and give me a WeTransfer link. Firstly, I don't know who the hell you are. Secondly, I don't even know what you put in this WeTransfer link. You could have put a bunch of porn in there, a bunch of computer viruses, alongside your crappy music. I don't know. But am I going to click that link and download it? No fucking way. Plus, also, like, make it easy for someone. Like, don't send me a link where I have to download something. Like, just make it streamable. But also, just don't do that. It fucking doesn't work. Don't do shit like this, guys. You can see it really annoys me. But, like, if this is me showing you, imagine what other people are thinking as well. Like, immediate block, unfriend. Like, no. This person here as well, I get messages like this all the time. Like, never heard of this person, just followed us. Like, hi, I'm planning a tour and would like to send you I'd like to ask you for an email to send my request. Like, cool. I don't know you. You've not done any research into our party. And no, I'm not giving you my email because, like, who cares if you're doing a tour? Like, we're a London-based party. Are you, like, you're not a big name. Are you going to bring tickets? Probably not. Fuck right off. So yeah, don't do shit like this. You've got to warn people. It's a relationships game, guys. Like, if this is your first interaction where you're asking for everything, it's not going to work. People just think, me, 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 me. Give me streams, give me plays, give me bookings, give me everything, and great, and then I will be awesome, and I will be able to tour the world, and it's all about, like, no. You got to give back, right? You know, make it about other people. People like talking about themselves. People like having their ego stroked. People like getting stuff that they enjoy without having to give anything. So, yeah, fuck all these guys. Don't do shit like this. If you are doing this, please stop. It's not going to work, and you're going to piss people off. Now, on the topic of stuff you should never do, never, ever, 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 ever buy fake followers or fake streams or anything fake or anything that is anything other than legit, because it is so goddamn immediately obvious that it's fake. This guy, for example, so I think Yotto had about 130k followers. This guy is allegedly almost as big as Yotto. He sends us music to our label quite a lot, and I just don't buy it because, you know, if someone's this big, I would for sure know about them already. And it's just like, it's not adding up. Then you look at his posts here, like, what the fuck is this? Clearly not a professional, like, posting this stuff. Look at the engagement rate. Like, this was his most engaged post with 47 likes and 0 comments. For someone that's got 106k followers, you could probably post this exact same bullshit and get like 500 to 1,000 likes, plus a bunch of comments being like, oh wow, cool, awesome, fire emojis. But no, not adding up, very suspicious. And just out of interest, I went and checked out his Spotify because I was like, this can no way be legit, but I just want to see how hilarious this is. And, you know, 1.4k monthly listeners with someone who allegedly has 106k followers, and 2 of their tracks have literally less than 1,000 plays. His top performing track has 4k plays. I don't fucking buy it, I'm afraid. Sorry, you're not. This is all fake. Very obvious, and, you know, you're not fooling anybody. If you're trying to send your music to labels, to promoters, to anybody, you can literally tell within 5 seconds if someone is legit or not. Like, it's not difficult to do. And it's the first thing that pretty much anybody with a brain will do. Like, any record label, any promoter, and probably most fans who aren't absolute dumb fucks will also be like, this looks a bit suspicious. There's another guy who, I'm not going to name him, but he sends us music to the label all the time. He allegedly has 605k followers. And, you know, regardless of being in the music industry, even if you're like in any other industry in the world, you're basically a celebrity. Like, you are like a global celebrity. Everyone knows you. And I literally never heard of this guy ever before in my life. Again, check out his Spotify, getting literally less than 1,000 plays on pretty much every single song. His music was also not that good to warrant having such a big following, and he just sends us music all the time. And, you know, even if his music was good, I would not sign him, because it's clear that this person is not serious about what they're doing, and they're trying to take shortcuts. There are no shortcuts, I'm sorry to say, other than it's only the long and hard way. That's what she said. It's only the long and hard way which will get you there. And if you're trying to take shortcuts and, like, basically be a fake it till you make it, or any of that shit, like buying fake followers, like, it's clear that you're not going to be a professional, you're not going to be easy to work with, and we don't want to work with you. So even if this guy had an amazing song, it would be a hard pass every single time, because he's done that. And it's also worth noting, if you do something like this, you have absolutely fucked up your profile pretty much forever. You'll have to start from scratch. So never do it, ever, even if there's a fire. Okay? So yeah, now we know how to kind of just start these conversations. Like, I'd say go out and test this for yourself. But as I said, make sure your profile looks the part first. Don't buy followers. Get some professional pictures, set it up. Base your profile upon either mine. Obviously, don't call yourself marksman and use my photos, but use your own photos, like write your own story and etc. And base the kind of format on mine or Elevation London's or any other actual professional artists out there, and start engaging with these people. Start going out there, start having these conversations and sending them your tunes. And it starts at the micro level. Like, you can get like a bunch of followers on SoundCloud. Like, you could do it this way. You could start off with an unreleased track on SoundCloud, or a mix on SoundCloud or something, and they'd be like, oh, cool, this is a cool mix. And be like, oh, sick, mind giving me a follow? I'm going to post some more stuff soon. And then you could be like, hey, I just released a new song on Spotify and check it out. And then they'll go listen on Spotify and then be like, oh yeah, do you mind hit me up on Spotify as well? Like, give me a follow. It really helps me out. And be like, yeah, sure, of course. But keep the conversation about them. Like, keep asking them questions like, where are you from? Like, what got you into music? Blah, 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 blah. It's going to depend each time. And, sometimes the conversations aren't going to go your way, but don't take it personally. Just see it as a learning process. Sometimes people might not respond. So freaking what? Just keep on doing it. It's a volume thing. And, sometimes you might say something dumb, but who cares? Like, you don't really know this person. But from doing this, I just want to kind of show you what this is like for me, like years after doing this. I have like people all around the world who are asking me to come play in their countries, like sharing all of my posts and like messaging me all the time. I have people that recognize me when I go play shows, like both in London and like around the world, because of these random conversations I've had with them. Like, I've met a few of them in person for the first time, and it kind of felt like we were best friends for life, and they knew everything about me, even though I'd only had like a few random conversations with them. It's crazy how far like this can take you at the micro level. I've had people book me for festivals because of this, because they've told their friends about it. And think about it this way. Just a final closing point. If you try to go to a completely cold person and convince them to listen to your music, for example, that's going to be quite difficult. However, if you've already warmed someone up that likes your music, and they go tell their friends, they're going to trust their friend's judgment way more over your judgment. So if you can just convert like a few people, let's say 5, 10, 50, 100, 1,000, those are all people that are going to go around and tell their friends about you. Now, when your friend says, oh my God, you've got to watch this movie, it's absolutely sick, you're going to trust their judgment over everybody else and probably do what they say because they're your friend, right? As opposed to just hearing it from some random person online, like whatever. Maybe people put too much stock into random online people. But my point is, if you're doing this at scale, and you have all these people going to telling all their friends, who are then going to tell all their friends, who are going to tell all their friends about you, the work you put in at the start is going to snowball and transform. And as I said, in 3 months, I went from 500 followers to 3,000. This stuff does work. It is crazy. Crazy, eh? But you can then scale it up once you've built your email list so that you can do this one-to-many relationship. So rather than messaging 100 people all individually, you message 100 people all at once, and it's personalized. But in order to be able to speak to 100 people all in the same way, you need to understand how they talk, what's important to them, so you can resonate with all of them all at once rather than each of them individually, if that makes sense. So there you have it, guys. Use this. It works so well. And this is one of the trainings that we teach actually in more detail in our professional house and techno producer program, and how you can do all of this automatically as well. So look, if you want to get your music to the next level, now all of this stuff works super well once you have amazing music as well. It's way easier to do when you've got a good product. Kind of obvious, right? But if you want help with your music as well, to get it to the point where it actually sounds tight, well produced, and people are going to be like, holy moly, this is amazing, and tell all their friends about it, then we can show you exactly how you can do that, plus also how you can automate this entire system as well, so you don't even have to go out and do this. It's just out there doing it for you. And you can scale to be where you want to be, play bigger shows, finish a label-ready track a week, sign to the top labels, all of that and more. If you want to learn more about that, there's a link in the description to book a call with me. Click that link. There's a video on that page that explains exactly how it all works. And if you're serious and want to talk to us, book a call directly. Now, this is only for people that are serious, right? If you're just a hobbyist, don't waste your time with this. But if you really want to take things to the next level and want to work with us, book a call with us and we can have a chat. Otherwise, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.